इंच से वाकिफ हो।
अब बेटर है?
ओके
नहीं।
यार, रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो गया भास्कर। अब आप मतलब अब अपने एनेक्डोट्स नहीं ला सकते अब। ठीक है, सो
ठीक है।
वेलकम टू ईट स्लीप ड्रिंक क्रिकेट। करो और साला क्रिकेट करो 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 करो, नाचो नाचो
हम्म।
नाचो नाचो नाचो। सेमीज पहुंच गए, अब और क्या चाहिए लाइफ में, बताओ। बताओ अभिजीत सर, आप बताएं क्या चाहिए आपको।
So I'm counting that in the last 34 ODI World Cups matches that India has played from 2011, this was India's 29th victory. India has not won only 5 matches; they won 29 out of 34, and obviously the two semi-finals hurt. So semi-final is my only aim from now. Other two dead rubbers, I don't care actually.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते, केयर करना पड़ेगा।
Okay,
क्योंकि
care
आई जस्ट
करेंगे।
नहीं आई टेल यू व्हाई। मैं बताता हूँ। मैंने यार वो ट्वीट अभी पढ़ा। उसने लिखा है कि मर्फीज लॉ सेज दैट इफ यू थिंक टू मच ऑफ नेगेटिविटी इनटू समथिंग, देन इट विल एक्चुअली हैपन। सो डोंट थिंक
अच्छा,
टू नेगेटिव, बिकॉज when you actually want it to happen, it may not happen and it may happen sometime later. यहाँ मेरे बेटे ने कुछ व्हाट्सएप कुछ खोल रखा, ओपन करके रखा हुआ है, एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ टू एंड इट। उसमें मतलब गॉड नोस क्या क्या आ रहा है। Anyways,
Rajiv, once
ये
again, have you done the what do you call
पिनिंग
pinning?
कर
homework।
दिया, कर दिया
हाँ,
आपने,
कर
ट्रेन
दिया।
किया मुझे।
ठीक है, चलो, वेरी गुड।
मतलब
चलो,
इतना ट्रेनिंग हो चुका है मेरा। ऑफलाइन भी ट्रेनिंग किया आपने, डांट डांट
ठीक
के,
है,
मतलब
वेरी।
मैं क्या ही बोलूँ अपना लाइफ में। ठीक है चलो, ये मतलब हम मस्ती मूड में तो हैं, बड़ी बात, अच्छी बात है। सेमीफाइनल्स भी पहुंच गए हैं हम लोग, तो मैं एक बार आप लोगों को ये
हाँ,
खुशी के
yeah,
ये
officially
दिखाऊंगा।
reached the semifinals. That's what Rohit Sharma said. So,
Officially.
अरे यार, मैंने वो बंद कर दिया बिकॉज व्हाट्सएप का ये आ रहा था। बट एनीवेज, वी हैव 14 पॉइंट्स एंड अच्छा, मतलब अच्छा विन है, सब सही चल रहा है। आई डोंट वांट टू गिव टू मच, मतलब सबको पता आज हुआ क्या। आज मतलब एशिया कप फाइनल रिपीट टेलीकास्ट हुआ, बट आई वुड से दैट कुशन मेंडिस इज अ बेटर कैप्टन देन नासुन चनिका, बिकॉज ही इंप्रूव्ड हिज टीम्स परफॉर्मेंस बाय एग्जैक्टली 10%। 50 बनाया था, 10% एग्जैक्टली 55 बनाया है। ठीक है, मेरा सवाल, आई एम स्ट्रेट अवे गोइंग टू भास्कर। सेमीज खेलना है, आपके पास 2 मैचेस हैं, ये ऑफलाइन अभी हम डिस्कस भी कर रहे थे, हमें सेमीज जाना है। सो व्हाट डू वी डू, आई मीन हाउ डू वी टेक केयर ऑफ इट।
yeah, I think this team is different. They don't. This team is very similar to the 2003 team, if you remember what we did in South Africa. We just lost twice to Australia. So I think that's the way. If you take away those 2 Australian victories, that's the way we played. We didn't make too many changes. I think, except for Kumble played in a match against Australia. I wasn't sure, like, did he play
हॉलैंड
against
हॉलैंड
Pakistan? But उसके
हॉलैंड
बाद then we didn't have too many changes. We just kept playing the same team. Here we have had a forced change in Hardik Pandya sitting out, and probably that's been a huge blessing in disguise, because or else Shami might not have got a game. Okay, so Shami coming back, and I think Hardik Pandya, once he comes back, I think that will be the perfect team. अगेन जरा माइनर इश्यूज वही है जो इंडिया का बैटिंग का इश्यू है, 2-3 इश्यूज हैं, बट फॉर दैट आई थिंक वंस हार्दिक इज बैक, आई थिंक दैट दिस टीम वुड बी वेल राउंडेड. दैट्स द ओनली थिंग वी आर मिसिंग डाउन द ऑर्डर, थोड़ा मेच्योरिटी, समवन हु कैन रियली bat with the tail, handle the pressure along with Rahul, and then with the tail. I think once Hardik is back, I think we would have the 6th bowling option when we have like 5 world-class bowlers. So I think that would be probably a deadly combination. We can probably number 8 का बैटिंग वो एक ही इश्यू है, बट आई थिंक वी कैन मे बी सेंड इन अ पिंच हिटर एट नंबर 4, नंबर 5, एंड देन नंबर 8 पे बैट्समैन ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाता है कि नहीं. So I think something of that sort can be thought about, but I don't think we can go back to the formula which we had actually wanted. That is bowling all-rounder at number 8. I don't think that's going to happen now. And I don't think I don't see Bumrah resting in any of the games. I think they're going to go want to play like a juggernaut. I think but one thing they can do, like if you remember, Australia used to do it. Once they are qualified, probably they would, like, I think even I remember a match in South Africa, they sent Damien Martin to open, and Gilchrist and Marquardt were batting at 6 and 7. So Damien Martin and I think Michael Bevan opened, I think then they just so that everybody gets a hit. So, but I think most of India's batsmen have got a hit, so I don't think they're going to change anything now. It's going to be the same team. Once, if and when Hardik is fit, he'll come in for Sky. I don't see any other change in any of the games. Rajiv.
इंटरेस्टिंग, सही बोला आपने कि ये चेंज नहीं करना चाहते, एक ही चीज तरीके से चलाना चाहते हैं। लेकिन आपने एक so you compared this team to 2003 South Africa. I think this team, and not only for India alone, I'm generally putting everybody in place, all the 10 teams, with the kind of you know, and that's why I'm coming to you, Abhijit. बोल के मैं आपके पास ही आ रहा हूँ कि होता ये है कि उस टाइम पे सिर्फ वनडे क्रिकेट और टेस्ट क्रिकेट होता था। अब यहाँ पे लीग है, T20 है, ये है, क्रिकेटर के लाइफ में बहुत कुछ है। एंड इन इंडियन कंडीशन, सो टुडे यू सॉ गिल एंड कोहली एट सम पॉइंट वर रियली टायर्ड, मतलब टायर्ड हो गए थे वो लोग। एंड देन बट दे केप्ट ऑन गोइंग बिकॉज दे रन वेल एंड ऑल दो स्टफ। सो इट्स नॉट इजी, समटाइम्स यू जस्ट नीड मोर टाइम टू कम अप। आपने अभिजीत ये कहा था कि, एंड आई वांट यू टू speak on why you are saying so, you want some changes with South Africa, Netherlands, and then have fresh legs towards the semi-finals. इसमें एक ही डेंजर है, डेंजर नहीं मतलब एक एक थॉट प्रोसेस है जो भास्कर के पॉइंट से मिलता जुलता है। कि होता ये है कि आपका नेक्स्ट मैच इमीडिएटली यू नो इसके साथ है, साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ संडे को है। उसके बाद एक हफ्ते का पूरा छुट्टी है, नेदरलैंड्स के साथ फिर संडे को मैच है, एंड देन वेडनेसडे थर्सडे को आपका सेमीफाइनल हो जाता है, व्हिच मींस दैट इज ओनली वेरी स्मॉल गैप एंड यू वांट द मोमेंटम टू गो। सो नेदरलैंड्स के साथ भी शायद किसी को रेस्ट ना करें, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि जो नेदरलैंड्स के साथ खेलेगा वो शायद सेमीफाइनल में ना खेले, राइट? सो व्हाई ओनली मेक दिस चेंजेस अनलेस बॉलर का आप बोल रहे थे, तो आई लेट यू टेक इट ऑन फ्रॉम हियर। आपकी क्या सोच है?
So, this 29 wins out of 34, last 34 World Cup ODIs, it actually means nothing to Indian fans. To Indian fans, it is only one World Cup. अब हमारा objective है, we have to win the World Cup. ठीक है? Let's face it. For that, there are only 2 matches left for us. For all means and purposes, there are just 2 matches left. Even if we get thrashed by 1,000 runs versus Netherlands and Afghanistan, there are still 2 matches left for us, which is potentially not potentially, definitely the semi-final and potentially the final. You play a full strength team. You lose 1 or 2 players to injuries and South Africa beats you, entire criticism will come back. You actually gain nothing, absolutely nothing by playing a full team. अगर आप full team करके आप जीत गए, ठीक है, you are anyways winning every matches, you continued winning and you look the best team. But still what matters is the semi-final, even after beating South Africa. लेकिन full strength team लेके अगर इंडिया हार जाती है, and God forbid एक या दो इंजरी हो जाती है, it will be catastrophe. The same press, the same media experts यही सब चढ़ेंगे। आज 2019 जब हम हारे हैं, वी लॉस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ इंजरीज। वो आप शास्त्री को गाली दे दो, विराट को गाली दे दो, जिसको गाली देना दे दो, बिकॉज दे आर फेवरेट पेट्स टू गाली देना, हम देते हैं। एक्चुअली वी लॉस्ट टू इंजरीज, टू शिखर धवन एंड विजय शंकर, दीज 2 इंजरीज। आई थिंक दे वर वेरी क्रिटिकल इन दैट रन अप। वी ऑलरेडी हैव एन इंजर्ड प्लेयर, हार्दिक पांड्या। द फॉर्मेट ऑफ दिस टूर्नामेंट प्लस अभी व्हाट यू सेड कि इतना क्रिकेट है, लीग क्रिकेट है, श्रीलंका लीग, ये लीग, T20, it is going to tax every team. Every team is facing injuries. I think Australia are playing next match without Maxwell, without Marsh. I know Marsh was not an automatic, but anyway, they are playing without. We will have injuries. You cannot expect India to, keep winning every game. कि हम साउथ अफ्रीका हारेंगे, नेदरलैंड को हारेंगे, सेमीफाइनल हारेंगे. It's very unlikely कि कोई टीम ना 13 games, 12 games, 9, 10, 11 games जीतेगी. It's very unlikely. It's better to have a loss before. अगर वो loss आना है. Look at the flip side now. I rest Bumrah, I rest Kuldeep. I don't expose them to South Africa. South Africa plays a second string bowling attack, no problem. I rest Rahul, who I think definitely deserves a rest for the tremendous job he's done behind the stumps. He's been tremendous. And Ishan Kishan plays, Shardul plays, Ashwin plays. Now these 3 guys are itching to play because they are seeing the entire team celebrate the last 7 matches and jumping and countries mad, but they've never got it. They would be itching to play. Imagine a scenario, these 3 play. Even if we lose, we will say, ठीक है, ये तो changed team था. Same thing happened versus Bangladesh in the Asia Cup. Before the final, we played a changed team. Akshar was not playing the tournament. Akshar had a great game. We lost. We said, कोई बात नहीं, Akshar has come into form. We just said that. Final, we were supercharged. I would say these 3 should be rested for the South Africa game. And for the Netherlands game, definitely Virat should be rested. Siraj should be rested. And one more, I thought I forgot the name. One more guy, Jadeja, should be rested. Each year rotation, by the time we have a semi-final, When I say rested means उस प्लेयर को छोड़ दो, बोलो आप घर जाओ, एक हफ्ते बाद वापस आओ, आप अपना घर चले जाओ, कोई हानि नहीं है उसमें. And then you should have a complete fresh squad facing in the semi-finals, which is more important.
घर जाके गोल्फ कार्ट से गिर गया तो
हाँ, वो फिर उसका ये है, गोल्फ कार्ट. एक जडेजा किसमें इंजर्ड हुआ था दुबई.
मुझे पता है कि अच्छी आइडिया है, लेकिन मतलब यू कांट, आप इतना ऊपर नहीं देते.
हाँ, I mean,
पता नहीं क्या खा लिया, कुछ खा लिया, डेंगू वेंगू.
that is their responsibility कि वो जाके कर, चलो टीम के साथ ही रहो. But you know, when you get 10 odd days rest between, then comes the big semi-final. It really doesn't matter. एक और चीज फायदा हो गया, actually the team combination doesn't matter, क्योंकि this Mumbai pitch, very clearly this was a 250 wicket. If Sri Lanka had held their catches in the morning and they had not sent the balls down the leg side, which we were flicking for fours for fun, this was a 260, 270 India Bharati versus a decent bowling attack. So pitches are definitely now supporting India for the fact that we can play 5 bowlers. We can easily risk with 5 bowlers. I think our 5 bowlers can play on these pitches. So बाकी क्या रह गया? You know, you just rotate, rest them, and get a fresh recharge. You have nothing to lose. Even if you lose to South Africa by 100 runs, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा. But if you play a full strength and you get a player injured, it could be end of your World Cup. You know, we injure a Bumrah along with a Hardik, our World Cup is over. We injure a Kuldeep or a Virat along with Hardik, our World Cup is over. So.
नहीं, सॉलिड पॉइंट्स हैं दोनों जो आप दोनों बोले, बहुत मेरिट्स है. सो आई विल नॉट, मैं तो चाहूंगा कि जितने बॉलर्स हैं, शमी को कोई जरूरत नहीं है बिकॉज ही केम इन लेट ओनली, बट सिराज एंड जसप्रीत बुमराह डिजर्व वन ब्रेक. अब वो कैसा रोटेट करना चाहते हैं, वो आई होप दे गिव दैट वन ब्रेक, तो थोड़ा सांसें आ जाएगा उनको, तो दे विल फील बेटर एंड यू नो गो टुवर्ड्स दैट सेमीफाइनल विद दिस थिंग. नाउ देयर इज टू थिंग्स हियर. भास्कर, ये क्वेश्चन आपके लिए है. Now it's a very catch-22 situation here. Today we played in Mumbai. We've got an understanding of this pitch. So looks like अभी के स्टेज में तो लग रहा है कि अपना सेमीफाइनल मुंबई में है, और अगर इस तरीके से टीम उतरती है तो भाई साहब ये मैच तो मतलब मुंबई में you know our team would feel a lot more let's say motivated
At
to
home.
win. Yeah, at home. मतलब these conditions will help them, right? कोलकाता भी पता नहीं है. कोलकाता में साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ खेलता है, जो सबसे आई थिंक इज द सेकंड बेस्ट टीम इन टुडेस सिनेरियो, इज द सेकंड बेस्ट टीम टिल नाउ इन द वर्ल्ड कप, विद अ ग्रेट बैटिंग लाइनअप, प्रोबेबली बेटर देन अस बैटिंग में. बट सो कोलकाता में जीतना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि एक बार आप उसको टेस्ट कर लेते ना, जैसे हाउ टू विन इन सच ए सर्कमस्टेंस. एंड आई एग्री विद अभिजीत कि वो विकेट्स अभी थोड़ा सा स्लो हो गया है. It's not 300 wicket. It's not going to be 200 also semi-final में. Semi-final में better wicket मिलेगा. But it's going to be around the 270 to 300 के बीच में ही रहने वाला है. Which means that everybody will have their own say. Batters को भी है, bowlers को भी है, सब everybody will be in the mix. So कोलकाता में ऐसा, इसके साथ साउथ अफ्रीका को मतलब आप you don't want to lose also at that point, ना. So that आप जो कह रहे हैं ना अभिजीत, I'm taking it to Bhaskar, but आप जो कह रहे हो कि हार गए तो क्या होगा, लेकिन अगर हम हारते हैं तो फिर there is a problem because the team knows how to beat India, which is what is happening with New Zealand, and come to that.
See, like even if you make changes, you've gone with the best 15, the best 15 in the country. So changes होने के बावजूद, we are not going to like play 10 batsmen and 1 bowler or something like that. We're still going to just say rest a Bumrah and get a Shardul Thakur. So I personally would love to do that. I would like to keep the top players wrapped in cotton wool for the semi-finals. But looking at the kind of way the team is going, I don't think they would want they want to win every game. So Bumrah probably getting a rest against Netherlands would be ideal, but I don't see these three getting a rest against South Africa, because I will still believe they would want to go and play against South Africa with a full strength team and beat them. Maybe against Netherlands, Bumrah might get a break. But I don't see any major change in the South Africa game. So I don't know if Rohit Sharma thinks the way Vijay is thinking. Maybe give a break to Kuldeep and get Ashwin in. That's a possibility. But I don't see any of the 3 fast bowlers being rested, at least against South Africa. But Kuldeep getting rested and bringing in Ashwin probably is a good idea, because, and I probably KL Rahul being rested and bringing in Ishan Kishan. I think these 2 things, of course, Hardik can't come back, so these 2 things can happen. I don't think Kohli would want a rest. Kohli would be desperate, itching to play. He's going to play on his birthday, so there's no way he's going to get a rest. So and he's going to play right through. I don't see Kohli agreeing to rest right now, the way he's batting. Rajiv.
No, I think batters में से तो किसी को भी unless they say कि मुझे I would take a rest or something. For example, this rumor is going on, right? कि शुभमन गिल का डेंगू अभी तक ठीक नहीं हुआ है. वो अभी भी is not well and all this stuff. So somebody I told in my office, I mentioned this, that this is straight out of WhatsApp University. No team management that
No, no,
कि
no.
मतलब it's not a final or anything. तो वो एक आध मैच डिले कर सकता था, तो लेकिन ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है.
No,
So he's fine. Yeah.
Rajiv, I would just like to come in here. Just a few hours back, after the match, there was an interview going on with Shubman Gill. He himself has said this, that he lost 6 kgs. He has got back 2 kgs, so he's still 4 kgs behind where he should be now. So that's what it's coming from the horse's mouth. So that's what he has told Sunil Gavaskar. I heard it. So he said he lost 6 kgs. He ended up losing 6 kgs due to the dengue fever and the time when he was indisposed. He's gained back 2 kgs right now. So by the time the knockout stages comes, probably he would be like in top condition.
No. So I'm just saying कि there is a difference here. Losing weight will always happen. Something happens, you lose weight or whatever. There is some conditional thing which helps इधर से इधर कहीं ना कहीं होगा. But you cannot say you're injured or मतलब वो ठीक ही नहीं है, जबरदस्ती खिला रहे हैं. You know, this is exactly the nonsense which our media and all everybody goes. WhatsApp University is filled with all these things only. कोई भी टीम ऐसा नहीं मतलब they will not do. For example, somebody is saying कि शार्दुल है इसका आदमी है, रोहित शर्मा का आदमी है, इसलिए वो खेल रहा है करके. See, the whole point is yes, favoritism is there. A captain will choose whom he wants, but that doesn't mean that is the only reason for everything. I mean, it doesn't happen that way. अपना काफी प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेट है भाई, इतना भी ये नहीं है. So, anyways, I mean, I wanted to show now let's come to this thing. I mean, our points table मैं दिखाना चाहता था. So आप देखिए, ये सारी मेरा आउटलुक है. मैं ऐसा क्यों करता हूँ? अरे
ये सुप्रिया कौन है जो तुम इतना मैसेज करती रहती है?
तू सुप्रिया?
तुम्हारे मेल बॉक्स में इतने सारे आई लव यू मैसेजेस है.
अरे आप ऐसा मत करो यार, पता चल गया आपको? एक मिनट यार, ये कैसा हो रहा है? मैं सॉरी यार, 1 मिनट. ये जूम का मेरे को पता नहीं थोड़ा सा. 1 मिनट, वापस जाके वापस करते हैं सर. क्या है कि हमारे बच्चों जितने हम ये नहीं है. चलो आगे भाई. ये है मेन, आपका मेन स्क्रीन. तो अब आप देखिए यहाँ पे. So tomorrow's match is between Afghanistan and Netherlands. I think Afghanistan will win easy because they have the bowling to really crush Netherlands. But I'm interestingly, the three teams which is stuck at this point of time is New Zealand, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Okay. Realistically, these are the 3 teams which can go to number 4. Now I'm starting with Afghanistan. ठीक है सर, आप ये देखें. और अफगानिस्तान के मैचेस बड़े ये हैं. नेदरलैंड्स के साथ एक मैच है, जीतता है अफगानिस्तान, goes to number 5. ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड साउथ अफ्रीका. सो दिस इज अ बिट, मतलब यहाँ पे थोड़ा मुश्किल है क्योंकि by form it looks like they will only win 1 match and they can only reach 8 points. आप क्या कहेंगे भास्कर, अभिजीत, your take? Do you see them? बोलिए.
See, Afghanistan has got like 3 more games to go, right? They're playing Netherlands, then they play Australia, and then they play South Africa. So I don't see South Africa or Australia losing to Afghanistan the way they are playing. So I think tomorrow's game is vital for them. South Africa, again, you never know. They have an outside chance. South Africa has lost to Netherlands. So if Afghanistan bat first and it's a slightly slowish wicket, you never know. South Africa can lose to Afghanistan, but tomorrow's game is going to be vital for them. Tomorrow's game probably will decide. But after that, Afghanistan, I don't really see Afghanistan making it. Pakistan has a genuine chance of making it. So I think
आ रहे हैं
if
सर,
they
आ रहे हैं,
beat,
आ रहे हैं, आ रहे हैं। बाकी अभिजीत से भी मैं ये लेता हूँ, अफगानिस्तान आप चांस दे रहे हैं? मैं कहता हूँ 8 पे क्लोज है उनका।
No, I definitely give them a chance. I think South Africa or Australia, one or both of them may experiment with their teams towards the end, and they may be casual. South Africa last match, definitely it's a dead rubber for them. All Afghanistan need is a spinning wicket. And South Africa or Australia are not great pairs of quality spin. I definitely, and Afghanistan has the home crowd with them. I think they were very foolish to lose the first match to Bangladesh. I mean, nobody loses to
Yeah,
Bangladesh. Even Bangladesh themselves will lose to Bangladesh. So, I mean, win against Bangladesh. So, how they managed to lose against that team, I can't fathom. But anyway, having said that, they need to beat Netherlands tomorrow. If they beat, they should dream. I think they can upset a South Africa.
ओके ना, ओके, बट द ओनली प्रॉब्लम मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि चलो मान लेते हैं आप 10 पॉइंट्स पे लगा रहे हैं, तब भी उनका नेट रन रेट, सी द मैचेस व्हिच अफगानिस्तान हैज वन, दे आर नॉट वन विद 150 रन, 200 रन।
True, true,
अभी जो नेट
true.
रन रेट उनका दिख रहा है उससे नहीं जाएंगे। सो मुझे लगता है कि कैंपेन क्लोज ही है, मतलब अफगानिस्तान का बड़ा मुश्किल है, अनलेस ये लोग 8-8 में कुछ करें तो, बट वो होगा नहीं,
Mhm.
मतलब कोई एक तो 10 पे जाएगा। नाउ लेट्स कम भास्कर, आप आपके पास ही वापस आता हूँ ना, पाकिस्तान। ठीक है, 2 मैचेस हैं, एक न्यूजीलैंड के साथ है, एक इंग्लैंड के साथ है। न्यूजीलैंड वाला मैच तो सैटरडे को है। तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं, मतलब इनका चांसेस क्या बोलते हैं? मुझे लगता है 10 पॉइंट्स मार लेगा ये।
see, Pakistan, I think they will they'll beat New Zealand and they'll beat England. I think they have to be at 10 points. New Zealand again. Once they lose to Pakistan, they will be in a bit of trouble. But the way Sri Lanka is playing, I don't think New Zealand would lose to Sri Lanka. I think it will go down to the wire. Pakistan will probably have to beat England with a margin. It's all going to come down to that, I feel. In the
मैं
last
आपको
game, Pakistan will.
मैं समझाता हूँ पूरा, बट अभी के लिए आप बोल दीजिए आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं, मतलब आप किस तरीके से देख रहे हैं। आई टेल यू वेयर द मार्जिन इज व्हेन वी स्पीक अबाउट न्यूजीलैंड। 10 पॉइंट ले लेगा
See,
अभिजीत, आप क्या बोलते हैं?
I doubt it. They will beat New Zealand for sure. There is no doubt the organizers want Pakistan. You know, India versus Pakistan at Mumbai, or sorry, Calcutta is going to be a blockbuster. It will be great for the revenue, but I don't see really England losing that many matches. You know, just by law of averages, they are due to win a game. I see England beating Pakistan in the last one.
No, so that's the whole point ना अभिजीत, कि आप ये देखो कि हम कह रहे हैं कि लॉ ऑफ एवरेजेस से वो नहीं जीतेगा करके, बट प्योरली फॉर्म में देखा जाए तो ऐसा इंग्लैंड तो ऐसा लगता है जैसे कोई टोटली डिसइंटरेस्टेड इन इवन प्लेइंग दिस वर्ल्ड कप। बस चलो खत्म करो यार, 2-3 गेम बचे हैं जीतने के।
True, true, true,
वो
true.
एक बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। नाउ आई कम टू न्यूजीलैंड एंड आई टेल यू वेयर द सिनेरियो है। सिनेरियो ये है कि पाकिस्तान इज बिहाइंड न्यूजीलैंड्स नेट रन रेट बाय 83 रन्स, 15
Mm.
overs। That's the point. So if New Zealand, Pakistan wins by 83 runs or chases the total within 35 overs, then they go above New Zealand in the net run rate. ठीक है, चलो मान लेते हैं कि ये होता है। Let us assume that this happens. Okay, let's assume that this happens. A 100 run margin, 100 run से पाकिस्तान जीत जाता है, आगे चले जाता है। A very feeble, a small lead, but nevertheless a lead. Now what happens? Pakistan play England and New Zealand plays Sri Lanka. I have no doubts in my mind कि श्रीलंका को न्यूजीलैंड, श्रीलंका को पछाड़ देगा। मतलब आज जो उनके साथ हुआ है,
Yeah.
उसके बाद श्रीलंका वापस आना बहुत मुश्किल है।
Mm.
But the thing is, Pakistan plays their match post Sri Lanka. So let's say New Zealand defeats Sri Lanka by around 50-60 runs. पाकिस्तान वुड नो कि कितने रन बनाना है। आई वुड से कि अगर उनको 32 ओवर्स या 33 ओवर्स में भी इंग्लैंड को हराना है, दे लाइक टू चेज एंड से कि मैं वहां पे जाऊंगा। एंड द रीसेंट चेंजेस दे हैव डन इज वेरी वेरी गुड। मैं बताता हूँ क्या क्या किया है। एक फकर जमान को वापस ले आए लोग, विच मीन्स आपका ओपनिंग में एक टेम्पो आ जा रहा है। एंड देन दे हैव गॉट इफ्तिकार अहमद एट नंबर 5, knowing very well that he is not so good with spin, बट उसका रीजन ये है कि वो दे वांट टू कीप अप विद दैट टेम्पो, कि चलो रन रेट अपना बन के रहेगा करके। एंड इट मे सक्सीड, नहीं भी हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं, बट दे आर रेडी टू टेक दैट रिस्क। एंड आई थिंक दैट्स गुड। मतलब कहीं ना कहीं पता नहीं, मुझे ये लगता है कि ये बात उस ड्रेसिंग रूम में मिकी आर्थर या बाबर आजम ने तो नहीं किया है, some ex-Pakistan cricketer has suggested this. It could be Wasim Akram or somebody else also. But I think some ex-Pakistani cricketer ने अपनी बुद्धि लगाई और बोला इफ्तिकार को यहाँ ले आओ, कोई बात नहीं, स्पिन के साथ फेल होगा तो भी चलेगा, बट अगर वो चल गया तो तुम्हारे छक्के मार के देगा करके. एंड वी सॉ 7 6 फकर जमान ने मारा उसको, राइट? सो नाउ आई गिव इट टू यू भास्कर, आप बताएं कि क्या, where do you see the situation going towards?
See, now it's like, that's what I'm saying, you know, if Pakistan versus New Zealand game is going to decide. If Pakistan win, then I just have a feeling that Pakistan might just go through. But if New Zealand win, of course, it's all curtains for Pakistan. So uske baad to there's no point discussing. I think New Zealand, if the New Zealand and Australia is still not through, Australia can, if they lose to, like England, as Avijit said, England are due for a victory and they wouldn't mind giving their best against Australia. If they win against Australia, I think a totally disaster of a World Cup would not look as bad as it has been. So I think Josh Butler or a Joe Root or a Ben Stokes playing a blinder of a knock, we can't really rule it out, because England's bowling is very, very poor. Even on paper, they are poor. But the batting is not really that poor. They have at least a world-class, all-time great batsman in Joe Root. So I think England can pull off a victory against Australia if things fall into place. Like the way they won a semi-final against Australia. It was unheard of. England beating Australia in a World Cup semi-final in a 50-over ODI was absolutely unheard of, having seen what has happened over the last so many years. But England won it, and I don't know where it was. Was it in the Oval? Where was the semi-final? Birmingham, 2019, na? Okay, because we were all so concerned about what's happening with India that we forgot about that one big match which happened. So I think England can pull it off. Again, they'll have to, I think, bat first for that. They'll have to score big, and that's the only option.
सर आप स्क्रीन देखिए 3 मैचेस है, इंग्लैंड, अफगानिस्तान और बांग्लादेश के साथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया का. इंग्लैंड के साथ आप कह रहे हो कि इंग्लैंड जीत सकता है करके, अज्यूमिंग इंग्लैंड जीतता है तो भी अफगानिस्तान बांग्लादेश को निकाल देगा.
Yeah, they'll hammer them. Yeah.
If that happens, they go to 12 points and
they go through. Yeah, they're through. Yeah.
So that's why I'm not worried about. मुझे नहीं लगता कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया को कोई वरी करने का है. But if England defeat Australia for any reason, and they, you know, there are 2 people who are not going to be available, Mitch Marsh and Maxwell, it's extremely worrisome for Pakistan. Because अगर उसको जीतने का फॉर्मूला मिल गया तो वापस रिपीट करेगा ना, उसको चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में जाना है उसको, राइट? सो इट्स ऑल देयर, बट पता नहीं मुझे क्यों लगता है कि ये इंग्लैंड टीम नहीं कर पाएगा. उसकी मतलब है ही नहीं, हैसियत ही नहीं है उसकी. खैर, एनीवेज, आई मीन आई पुट माय मनी ऑन इंग्लैंड सेइंग कि वो नंबर 2 रहेगा. क्या ही बोलो. एनीवेज, सो ठीक है. सो we are all, so looks like the New Zealand Pakistan game is like that quarter final. So New Zealand Pakistan team, we all agree to the fact that New Zealand Pakistan के मैच में जो जीतेगा वो शायद चला जाएगा. नेट रन रेट बचा लेगा, पाकिस्तान कुछ भी करके बचा लेगा. अगर पाकिस्तान जीतता है, न्यूजीलैंड जीत गया तो खत्म, स्टोरी वहीं खत्म हो जाता है. एंड देन इन दिस इंडिया साउथ अफ्रीका वेंचर व्हिच हैपेंस ऑन संडे, whomsoever wins becomes number 1 or number 2. वो भी एक काफी बड़ा चीज है. एंड यू वोंट बिलीव दैट हमारा मैच जो इंडिया का है, दिस इज पोस्ट द this thing. So India has the luxury of choosing whom they want to meet on the semi-final. So वो भी कर सकता है.
That's only if they lose to South Africa. If they win against South Africa, they will not have that luxury. They will have to play the number 4. They'll have to, then they'll have to badly lose to Netherlands, which probably they won't.
नहीं, मैं वो नहीं कह रहा. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि पाकिस्तान और न्यूजीलैंड में ये देख रहे होंगे, इनको पता रहेगा कि करना क्या करके.
What I mean is, what I mean is, if they beat South Africa, India will be on number 1. Okay, it will be very difficult for India to lose to Netherlands and come to number 2. रन रेट भी खराब करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं, but what if they decide with South Africa on the number 1 and number 2 position? That match only they say कि ठीक है, देखते हैं.
ठीक है, हाँ. If they lose to South Africa, then they have the luxury of choosing whom to play by defeating Netherlands with the right margin.
Exactly. So then they can improve their run rate.
But that will be like a tanking a game against South Africa in a World Cup. You don't want to do it.
No, they won't tank. What they will do is they'll go to what Avijit's theory is there. They'll make wholesome changes. But ठीक है, मुझे जिस तरीके से इंडिया खेल रहा है, मुझे लगता है they want to go with this winning combination. मुझे नहीं लगता ये सब
Yeah.
करेगा करके.
Against South
They-
Africa, they will play the best team. I think they might rest a few players, like especially Bumrah against Netherlands. That's what I feel.
And remember, South Africa themselves also may rest one or two people.
Of
They
course.
may say, I want to play this spinner. So I think
No, no,
Shamsi will play.
South Africa would be desperate to avoid Australia in the semi-finals. Okay, so they also have those issues. Okay, isn't it? Nobody wants to choose to play Australia because of the kind of history they have. Okay,
Nobody
because
wants to play Australia.
we talk about law of averages and all that, but Australia seem to just not worry about law of averages, winning
Yeah.
like 3 World Cups in a row after having won 2 matches. After having lost 2 matches, they didn't lose a match for next 12 years until the last round robin stage when Pakistan beat them in 2011. So that was like law of averages gone for a toss, isn't it? So I don't think India can also do that. Like the Benson and Hedges, India didn't lose a match. India won 5 matches in a row and won that trophy. India has won 2 ICC, like that Benson Hedges and the Champions Trophy in 2013. India won all the games.
All the games. And we should believe that if you win all the games, you won't lose करके. ऐसा नहीं. Australia भी तो 2003, 2007 में एक भी match नहीं जीता.
Yeah,
So-
2019 we lost a game to England and then probably we lost to New Zealand, isn't it?
New Zealand. Yeah.
So probably
So,
and
कोई-
even Australia in 2011 they lost to Pakistan. Then they lost to India in the semi-finals, in the quarterfinals. Sorry.
Quarterfinal. हाँ.
Yeah, so I think India
नहीं,
should just
क्योंकि
try
मैं
and
क्यों ऑस्ट्रेलिया का बताता हूँ. दुबई में जो वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था उसमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया it was just a very okay team. साउथ अफ्रीका को
yeah
barely
T20
हराया.
yeah.
हाँ, मर के सेमीफाइनल पहुंचा and Pakistan should have won that game and suddenly Matthew Wade out of nowhere comes and taunts those sixes, but मारता है और जीत जाता because उनको हारने का डर नहीं हो. There's a mental thing to all these things. उनको डर ही नहीं है. We just go. देखेंगे, देखा
Yeah,
जाएगा जो होगा.
yeah, even when they lose, if you remember, they're not like ठीक है हार गए next World Cup. It's like they won so much that loss doesn't hurt, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
I
they have
heard
won
Rohit
so
Sharma
much.
saying this. रोहित शर्मा ने अभी कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा है कि थैंक यू फॉर अप्रिशिएटिंग माय कैप्टेंसी बट वन बैड मैच एंड आई विल बिकम द वर्स्ट कैप्टन ऑफ इंडिया.
I'll be treated as a bad captain. Worst captain नहीं बोला. I'll be not treated as a good captain.
नहीं, थोड़ा मसाला हम जोड़ते हैं. मतलब
ठीक है.
आप ये ना अपना हरिश्चंद्र का अवतार थोड़ा छोड़ो. जोड़ने दो हमको थोड़ा मसाला. मुझे और अभिजीत को पसंद है.
अभिजीत देख
अभिजीत
कितना
का
सीरियसली कुछ सोच रहा है क्या पता नहीं
नहीं
क्या
वो
सोच रहा है
गर्लफ्रेंड का
सोच में.
मैसेज आएंगे. गर्लफ्रेंड का
I'm
मैसेज
waiting
आएंगे
for
कि मेरे साथ
I'm
कॉल
waiting.
है.
I'm waiting for
नहीं,
my
so
turn.
we'll wrap up this. We had a great win, so thank you guys. अच्छा मजा मतलब आज बॉलिंग का एक जबरदस्त
But yeah,
अगेन. So
Shami has. We spoke about Zahir Khan and Srinath.
Yeah.
Srinath got that in 33 innings. I know Zahir Khan more than 23 innings, 44 wickets. This guy's got it in 14 innings. It's like unreal. Yeah. He's looking like he's making up for lost time and like जो matches को drop किया वो इसी में वो खत्म makeup करना चाह रहा है वो.
नहीं ये यहीं पे वर्ल्ड कप में now he is just behind Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah is at 15 wickets. He's at 14 wickets. 3 matches. तो मतलब वहीं पे है.
Yeah. But I'm talking about
you have to give it to Jasprit Bumrah कि वो सेटअप करके देता बाकियों को विकेट लेने के लिए. वो तो मतलब चैंप बॉलर है कोई. ठीक है.
Of course he's probably the best.
But Shami has put his name in a record book जो नहीं मिटेगा कि इंडिया का टॉप वर्ल्ड कप विकेट टेकर वही रहेगा. क्यों अभिजीत आप सही do you think so?
So I was actually waiting for my turn. तो पहली बात ऑस्ट्रेलिया का जो रन था, whatever run they had, so times are different. This tournament is very different from the ones at South Africa and West Indies. The number of matches are more, the duration is more, injuries are. Second, in 2007 World Cup, South Africa's potential opponents, India and Pakistan, were already out by, before the tournament had even started properly. So I cannot compare Australia's that run with, this run that Benson and Hedges won 5 match जीते तो यहाँ हम 11 match जीतेंगे. I really cannot compare. I think India will lose some point, but it's fine as long as you lose a dead rubber. It's not fine if you lose a knockout game. I definitely see India make 2 changes. I definitely see, but I also see India beating South Africa despite the 2 changes.
अपनी बॉलिंग बहुत तगड़ी है.
Right, every team is looking sublime, great, in form, everything till they meet India. When they meet India, everywhere. So, was South Africa came to India 4-5 months ago, they got spanked 3-0. They didn't even qualify for last T20 World Cup. Let them face India one day. I mean, next day.
ठीक है, right. So thank you guys. Thank you for doing it. We'll meet
Fine.
up on Sunday, hopefully with more smiles and more analysis. तब
Fine.
तक हमें और पता चलेगा कि क्या है. One
Yeah.
good thing which has happened is we were thinking कि actually हमें semi-finals तब तक पता चल जाएगा. Because at the end of 3 matches or 4 matches, you were thinking this is how it is going. But ऐसा नहीं है, which I think is good for this World Cup, right? So thank you so much and good night. Shubhratri.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And without tension, sit back and enjoy the other team struggling out. वो उसमें भी मजा है कि नहीं? We are through. है कि नहीं?
हाँ, सही बात है.